Hello, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 512, season 21. Today's date is February 1st, 2026, and welcome to the show. It's been a while since I've done one. So it's the first podcast episode of the month. On today's program, I'm going to talk about the 50th anniversary of the closing of Hilo Food Store. That was a grocery store chain in the Chicagoland area that ran for about over 40 years. Also, I will read a menu from a restaurant. It was Nick's Fishmarket. They had it was located in Chicago. They had a location in Rosemont, and so I found a menu, and I'm going to read it off there. Excuse me. Before I get started, the program will go into commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Betty Crocker's Snacking Cake. And here's a commercial from 1972. I played a commercial before, but here's another one because I remember this product very well, and it was very good when I was a kid. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the rest of the show, folks. Thank you.
Will you try Betty Crocker's new snack and cake mix because you mix, bake, and serve it all in one pan? Because it's so moist and rich you don't even frost it? Because it has real nuts? Because it comes in chocolate almond, banana walnut, and coconut pecan? Or is the real reason this? That after everybody's done, all you wash is the pan, a few utensils, and a measuring cup. Snack and cake.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Kellogg. No, not Kellogg's. Betty Crocker Snacking Cake. Why did I get I don't know how I got Kellogg's in there. Still recovering. Yeah, it was made by Betty Crocker. It was introduced 1972. The commercials ran from the 1970s through the 80s. They had the three flavors the three kinds that were introduced first was chocolate almond, banana walnut, and golden chocolate chip. Oh, and there were others. I think there was one for pecan. So there were about maybe 10 kinds of that. And and I remember my mom bought a couple times, but she likes the cake mixes, the regular cake mixes, like Betty Crocker, Duncan Hines, or Pillsbury. But she bought this one time, and she liked it. But the thing is with the snacking cake, you just have a pan, you have the cake mix, you add water, you can add milk to enhance flavor, and just bake it in the oven and then take it out. And then snacking cake, you cut it up in pieces, and then you give them to your family like that. And that was that. So that's a good idea. But they don't make them anymore. So that's okay. Me, I love cake. I always have, So usually I don't have frosting on it because it's rich and fattening, but that's okay. So that sounds good. All right. At the beginning of the program, I'm going to talk about the 50th anniversary of the closing of Hilo Foods store. That was a grocery retail. It's a grocery store. It was a chain that was in the Chicagoland area for the past 40 years. And I will read a menu from Nick's Fishmarket restaurant. They had 2 locations in Chicago and Rosemont. Before I get started, mention a couple of things. One is my health. I'm still. I had the Pluvito about a week ago. It worked very well. The doctor showed me the scans. It's working. They killed most of the cancer cells, but I am so exhausted. I am so fatigued. There are days I just want to stay home and just lie down or sleep. I managed to go out a few times, sometimes by myself, but it was hard, very difficult. Each day is different. I'm worse. I'm a little better. I'm still fatigued. Today I'm a little better. Yesterday was bad. So I managed to go out to dinner with my friends Tuesday night, but I was still tired. And I went out to lunch with my friend. We went to Palermo's Pizza in Oak Lawn. We had a great time, a lot of laughs. It was wonderful. So you got to keep active, like that. So as for the fatigue, I don't know how long it'll last. Maybe I know that the Pluvito in my body lasts, the radiation remains in your body for about a couple weeks. And so I'm scheduled to go to the oncologist February 10th. She wants to check my blood count, the white blood count, the red blood count, if everything's okay. And then at the end of the month, I would go for blood work to start the second treatment, which will be first week of March. Probably go through all that again. So hopefully this will improve and get better. Maybe I don't need 6 sessions. Maybe I need 4. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Also, I want to mention some anniversaries and some deaths. Let's see. 2 TV shows premiered this year, 50th anniversary. One was The Bionic Woman, starred Lindsay Wagner. I love that show. I love the $6 Million Man. I love the show. I watched her all the time. I have them on DVD. It's still entertaining. It still is. And she's beautiful. Still is beautiful. And I enjoyed the show. Also, the second one was Donnie and Marie. So I watched the show on Friday nights when I didn't go out. And there was an entertaining show. They're very talented, very good singers, and and they were kidding each other. And Paul Lynde was always on. He's a very reliable guest star. And it ran about 3 years, something like that. And The Bionic Woman ran about a couple years, like that. Okay, now let's see. Also, there were a couple deaths I want to mention. Yeah, one was Catherine O'Hara. That was shocking because, I've loved her since SCTV. She's a very funny lady. I loved her. And I loved her in Home Alone. That's one of my favorite movies, Christmas movies now. And she was great in that. And very funny lady. It's so sad. A lot of people will miss her. Her work was wonderful. Also, Damon Wilson died. Lamont Sanford from Sanford and Son. He was 79 years old. I forgot that Catherine O'Hara was 71. So Damon Wilson, his real name was Grady, like the character. Well, that was another character on that. So I heard he died of prostate cancer. That's what I heard. I'm not certain. I don't know if it's official, but so that's terrible. But he was great. The show Sanford Son, I used to watch on Channel 5 when it aired, like towards the end. Then the reruns on Channel 32. That was great. And he was very funny in that, and so was Red Fox. I still watch reruns from time to time. It's a very funny show. And then after acting, he became an ordained minister. And he had 6 kids. So he didn't do much acting after that. So he had his own TV show after Sanford Son. It was called Baby, I'm Back. I used to watch that. It was like 1978. It was great. It was okay, but it wasn't, wasn't the same. So that's very sad. It really is, So we lost a lot of talent. So that's the reruns will live on forever, and Home Alone or other. I never seen Catherine O'Hara in Best in Show. I heard she was great in that movie. I got to see that movie because I want to see that. She was great in Beetlejuice. So that was fine. Okay. Right now, I'm going to talk about High-Low Foods. I've talked about the retail groceries chain a long time ago, but I found out that about 50 years ago, around this time, they went out of business. Actually, officially, they went out of business February 13th. And at the time, they had about maybe 12 stores. Not many, not like, they had about more than that, during the 50s and 60s and 70s like that. It was founded by a man. His name was Walter J. Roney. He was born in 1893. He died in 1970, and you referred to it as the up and down store. And I think the first store was opened in the southeast side of Chicago, because I think I think the Ronnie family lived in the South Shore neighborhood. I believe they did. And the grocery chain was founded in 1938. And their slogan was quality high, prices low. And they were also famous for their 10-cent bargain bins. So when you go into the store, they had them on display with 10-cent cans, canned vegetables, or I don't know what else. I remember seeing that when I was little. And they opened the store, like I said, they opened in 1938, and then they expanded on the south side, and then they moved to west side and north side, and it was a very popular store. And the first one I remember when I was little. Before I get started, they were also famous for their Ronnie's Real Rich ice cream. I remember that. I don't know if my mom bought it. I'm not sure, but I heard the ice cream was very good. It was very good. Anyway, so I remember the first store that opened when I was little. We lived in the South Shore neighborhood in the 60s. And there was a store located at East 75th Street between Colfax and Exchange Avenue. Colfax Avenue, that is. My mom went there shopping all the time, but my uncle had a grocery store on a corner, and he owned it himself, but he had competition because there was Hilo Foods, there was a National Food Store on Exchange, and I think there was a Jewel 75th and Crandon, about a couple blocks west of Yates Boulevard. That opened in the 60s, but I don't mean to be disrespectful, but my uncle was not a good businessman, so he did the best he could. But I don't know how long he had it, the store, maybe about 10 years, maybe longer, in the 50s, I guess. So, yeah, but my mom shopped there as well. So anyway, with Hilo Foods, she went there. She told me she remembers the cans on display. They had a butcher shop. What was interesting about the store, they sold Hilo Flyer, I think that's what it's called, the wagons. So when you they had them on sale during the 60s. I don't know about the 50s they had them, maybe. But in the 60s they did. And so I never owned one. My mom never bought it. So I wish I did. Those are rare to find, They really are. So I wish I had one. So that was the location that was near South Shore. And then when we moved to Roseland in 69, the nearest one, I believe, was like 103rd. And no, I'm sorry. No, it was 111th Street near Palmer Park, near South Park. It was called South Park Street, but it's Martin Luther King Drive now. My mom never shopped there. She never went to. It was too far for her because she didn't drive and she had to walk like that. So the nearest grocery store that was near Roseland was at A&P. It was about a block away, and Gately's People Store, which they had a grocery store in the basement where they had the donuts. They made the homemade donuts there. So she went shopping there. And sometimes National, it was 115th and Michigan. She took the bus to shop there. But there was one, so there was a Hilo Foods at 111th, like Vernon, like east of King Drive. And there was one on 103rd Street in Vernon and 103rd in Princeton. Okay, so, and then when we moved to Ashburn, it was still in business, sort of. There was one Hilo, I think, in Hometown, Illinois, like 87th and Southwest Highway. And also at 82nd Street and South Kedzie, then became Bargain World. A friend of mine in my class, his father owned the store. And but it was a Hilo food, and you can find a picture of that, color picture, very cool photo like that. So Walter J. Ronnie run the place, but then I think it's his daughter, I'm not sure, Guinevere. She ran it. She was the vice president, but she ran the business. She ran it. Also, Walter J. Ronnie Jr. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the whole history of the family of that. But Guinevere did run the place, and I heard she was a tough woman. She liked everything run. She ran a tight ship, but I heard she was a great businesswoman, and it was very rare at that time, to run that. And she would visit every store like that. Someone told me there was another store at 71st Street, East 71st Street in Paxton, in the South Shore neighborhood. That building's still there. The Hilo Food on 75th, East 75th Street, I think it's gone. They tore it down. Because I checked Google Maps, there's nothing there. Which is a shame, So it was going very well during that time, and then there were a lot of locations. I'm not going to read the locations because there was too many. So when I posted this yesterday, that I'm going to talk about this on the podcast, people remember the stores near where they used to live. Some said Jackson and Laramie. Some said on Troop Street on the south side. Some said some of the suburbs, Elmhurst. I don't know, like that, or hometown, Illinois. They were mostly on the south side, west side, so it was very convenient in the neighborhoods like that. Of course, they had competition from Jewel, Dominic's, bigger supermarkets or other places like that. And then, they kept losing money. And, when Guinevere, I think, died or retired like that, her nephews took over the business, but they didn't do a very good job. And they sort of ran it into the ground. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. Anyway, so it closed about February 13th, 1976. They sold off. Some of Jewel's stores took over, or other National Foods took over that. Okay. And so that's great memories of Hilo Foods. I remember the store, when I was little, and my mom remembered it as well when she went shopping. And some people still remember it to this day. Not the younger generation, but, people my age or older do. Okay. So, and I have a Facebook page of that, of Hilo Foods. I don't use it much, but I will post it from time to time. And I love to find shopping bags, pictures of stores, stuff like that. Okay, right now I'm going to take a commercial break, and when I come back, I'm going to read a menu from Nick's Fishmarket restaurant that was located in Chicago in Rosemont. So luckily I found the menu. So I will play a commercial, and when I come back, I will read the menu. All right, so sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the rest of the show, folks. Thank you.
It's the fishing invention of the century. There's never been anything like it. Popeil's Pocket Fisherman. Men, women, youngsters can cast almost like experts the very first time. Small enough to fit in glove compartment, backpack, any travel bag, or even in your pocket. And Pocket Fisherman's handle is its own mini tackle box. Flip up the special DuPont nylon rod and you're ready to fish anytime. Even catch big ones like this with heavy test line and your favorite lure and shock absorber. Pocket Fisherman is made with a smooth action Johnson spin casting reel filled with Trilene XL line, and boy does it catch fish. It's the perfect outfit for casting in tight spots. You can even hang it on your belt. Expert or amateur will love Popeil's Pocket Fisherman. It's rod, reel, line, bobber, hook, the whole thing. Yes, it's fishing fun for the whole family, and only $19.95. What a gift.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial. I did. Right now, I'm going to talk about Nick's Fishmarket restaurant. I will read a menu off of that. And so, I don't know what year the menu is from. I have no clue. But they had a location where the Chase Bank is downtown. It used to be the First National Bank of Chicago. It's on Monroe and Clark, I believe. It was right there on the ground floor like that, and it was a very popular place during that time. When I went out to lunch with my friends this past Tuesday, a friend of mine took his then wife. They proposed there. And they went to the next fish market, and they said, and I told them, yeah, that's very nice. And then it dawned on me, why don't I read a menu off of that? So I didn't tell them that part. So so I found the menu. Thank God I had it. I think I posted it on Van Chicago about 5 years ago, maybe 2020. So luckily I found that. They had then they moved to I forgot where they moved to. At 222 Merchandise Mart Plaza, and it closed. I'm not sure exactly when it closed. So closed about maybe 2009 or something like that. And they had a location in Rosemont. I don't know the exact location. So from what I gathered, if you love seafood, this was the place to go there. It was very, very good. Me, I'm not a big fan of it. But they did serve other things. They had other meat like that. Anyway, and I think the owner, his name was Nicholas, I think that's his name. He's still alive. I think he owned that. He owned other establishments of that. And so now I'm going to read the menu. I have it right here, and I'll bring it right up. So most of it's so inside the menu it says, "Time is the essence of good preparation. If we make you wait, it is to serve you better. The restaurant is small. We thank you for not smoking cigars." And that's from Nick. That's very nice. Okay, so here we go. And so the phone number of the place was area code 312-621-0200. Okay. So here we go. We got this. So we have appetizers. And of course, I'll read the prices. I will do that. First up is crab a la Marcus, $8.95. Fresh smoked salmon, $7.95. Bay shrimp cocktail, $5.95. Crab leg cocktail, $7.95. Shrimp scampi and garlic butter, $5.95. Soft shell crab menuire, when available, $4.50. Calamari palmerino, $4.50. Calamari fritti, it's FRITTE, $4.50. Caviar blinis, $5.50. Feta cheese and Greek olives, $3.95. Shrimp cocktail, $5.95. Bismarck herring, $4.95. Smoked bone trout with dill, $5.50. Crepe Madagascar, $4.50. Escargot bourguignon, half a dozen, $5.50. Marinated herring, $4.95. Sashimi, fish market style when available, $5.50. And filet bits, teriyaki, $4.95. And you get a platter of assorted cold appetizers, $6.75. And underneath it says Caspian Sea caviar, price on request. Okay. Oysters and clams. They had fresh Blue Point oysters on half shell, half a dozen, $4.75. Fresh oysters Rockefeller, $4.95. Fresh oysters Casino, I don't know what that was, $4.95. Fresh cherry stone clams or half shell, half a dozen, $4.75. Fresh baked clams Casino, $4.95. And steamed Northwest clams with drawn butter, $5.50. Okay. Soups. They had Fish Market clam chowder, $2.95. Fishmonger's soup, $2.50. Consomme double, $1.75. Vichyssoise with chives, served with chives, that is, $2.50. Gazpacho, $2.50. Meat Market steak soup, $2.95. Okay. Salads. Greek salad, $4.75. Beef steak, tomato, and onion, Maui style, $4.95. Beef steak, tomato, and bay shrimp, a la Gerald. I don't know who Gerald was. $6.50. Nick's special salad, $4.75. Hearts of romaine with vinaigrette, $4.50. Hearts of palm, $4.75. Okay. Now we have dinners. Meat market soup, fish, clams, chowder, or Nick's special salad. That's served with the dinners. I think that's a la carte, I believe. I'm not sure. Fresh filet sole, Meunier, Amandine. These don't have prices. Well, underneath says $24.95, but each of them don't list them, so I don't know why. So anyway, so I'll start at the beginning. Fresh filet sole, Meunier or Amandine. Fresh filet sole, Fontainebleau. Fresh stuffed baked trout. Island, mahi mahi, Amandine or dill. Fresh boiled swordfish, Hollandaise or Douglaire. That's Dugleere. Fresh catfish with Fishmarket style with dill. Fresh fried cake-based scallops, roast chicken oregano, Greek style. Combination seafood Loul salad, that's Loul. I don't know what that is. Fresh poached salmon crevettes, fresh vegetable breakfast. So all these are $24.95. I don't know if that means the entire. It's $24.95 for each item. I'm not sure. I don't know. You have to go to a restaurant and ask. Okay. Here we go. Okay. A la carte. This is shellfish. Abalone d'Or, D-O-R-E. Price on request. Abalone Ritchie, same thing. Abalone Almudine, same thing. Abalone caper butter, same thing. Price on request. Okay. Fresh sauteed Cape-based scallops, $19.50 with Meunier. Crab legs Marcella, $20.95. Crab legs a la Sorrento, $20.95. Shrimp Marcella, $18.50. Shrimp Scampi Italiano, $18.50. Fresh Cape-based scallops Marcella, $19.50. And let me start this again. So it's crab legs Marcella, $20.95. Crab legs a la Sorrento, $20.95. Shrimp Marcella, $18.50. Shrimp Scampi Italiano, $18.50. And fresh Cape Bay scallops Marcella, $19.50. Okay. Live Maine lobster. So flown from us from the lobster beds of New England. 2.5 pound live boiled lobster, price on request. So they had that. So that's good. You know, I've had lobster in Maine. I've been there on vacation, and it was delicious. Yeah. Lobster, I don't mind eating, so that's okay. Seafood. Fresh fish fillet of sole, Meunier or Amandine, $17.95. Fresh fillet of sole, Fontainebleau, $17.95. Island mahi, Almandine or dill, $19.50. Fresh salmon broil with hollandaise sauce, $18.50. Fresh poached salmon crevettes, $18.50. Fresh stuffed lemon sole, $18.95. Fresh trout Doria, or is it Dorla? Dorla, I think. Yeah, or Doria, $18.95. Fresh stuffed baked trout, $18.95. Fresh trout Amandine, $18.95. Fresh boiled swordfish, served with Hollandaise or Dougleere, $18.95. Okay. Excuse me for a second. Drink some water. My mouth is dry. That's part of the side effects of the Pluvito. Specialties a la maison. Mahi mahi, Chicago style, $19.50. Broiled Hawaiian mahi mahi, $19.50. Frog legs, Amandine, $18.50. Frog legs Provencal, $18.50. Bouillabaisse a la maison, $18.50. Fresh catfish, Fishmarket style dill, $17.95. Fresh swordfish, Stavros, $19.95. Fresh pan-sized whole salmon, Nisha, $18.95. Lobster tail, $23.95. Lobster thermidor, Yannis, $23.95. Oh, that's my brother's name. Soft shell crab, Meunier, when available, $18.95. Roast chicken oregano, Greek style, $17.95. I mentioned that before. Calamari Palmerino, $16.50. Calamari frite, $16.50. Fresh boiled island Opa Kapak. Oh, let me try this again. Opa Kapaka, $19.50, served with hollandaise sauce. Fresh vegetable platter, that's $17.95. And fresh Hawaiian Opa Kapaka, $19.95. I can't say that. Houston style. Okay. Not only they had seafood, they had other kinds of meat. Via Oscar, $19.95. Via Picata, $19.95. New York Steak Teriyaki, $22.95. New York Steak Maitre D with butter, $22.95. New York Steak Nick the Greek style, $23.50. Filet Wellington, $21.95. Petite Filet with Béarnaise sauce, $18.95. And Tournedos Rossini, $19.95. Vegetables they served is asparagus with hollandaise sauce, $4.50. Fresh carrots, Ricci, $2.50. Tomato Fishmarket, $2.50. Mushrooms au vin blanc, $2.50. And zucchini almondine, $2.50. And beverages, they had tea, coffee, brewed decaffeinated coffee, milk, $1.25. They didn't have a dessert menu. They probably did. I don't know. So, and this is underneath swordfish, mahi-mahi, Cape-based scallops, arrive fresh when available. Okay. So that was good. That sounded wonderful. They really did. Okay. So I'm glad I read it. Whew. So it's a shame this place is gone. So, but people still have memories of going there. Going dining there. All right, so that's it for this podcast episode. Let me do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about the 50th anniversary of the closing of Hilo Foods. It was located in Chicago area. It was a grocery chain that started in 1938 and ended around this time, 1976. Also, I read a menu from Nick's Fishmarket restaurant. It was located in Chicago and Rosemont, Illinois. All right, this podcast will be published later on today where podcasts are available: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Breaker, Overcast. If you have those apps on your phones or your tablets, tap on them, tap follow, see the notification, and you will get the latest episode. All the episodes are listed there. Also be published on my blog, www.vanchicagoland.blog. If you click on the link, it'll take you right there. If you have a desktop or iPad, tablet, phone, you can do that. Also be on my YouTube channel. And again, people would ask me, where do I find your podcast? I want to listen to your podcast. Go to YouTube. Then type in search Pete Costanis or Van Chicago Stories. If you do find it, click subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. You can like it if you want to. All the episodes that are listed, you receive a notification of the latest episode if you subscribe. Also be sure to my social media accounts: Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. So you have those on your devices, so you can listen anywhere. Also, if you have CarPlay, you can listen in your car. If you have Spotify, you can stream it on your TV. If you have Spotify or YouTube, you can listen as well. Okay. I'll probably do another podcast Tuesday. We'll see. I'm not sure. We'll see about that. It depends how I feel. I'm still tired. All right. So that's it for today. For this podcast. So thank you for joining me. It's a nice day out, much better. It's been cold for the past couple of weeks. The weather's getting warmer. It's a quiet weekend, so just enjoy it. So here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little traveling music from our famous Chicago guy, Ray Rayner, and he's a good guy as well, saying bye-bye with a little traveling music. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you on the next podcast episode. And I hope to hear from you soon. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.